Hello everybody. A lot of us, once we get to 5-10 years work experience mark, the biggest feeling that we have is, I don't want to do coding anymore. Kuch bhi de do yaar, like I'm okay with anything else in life, right? Manager role, so obviously that's the next choice, but I just don't want to do coding. This is the common feeling that a lot of us have, but we don't know what is that next best option. And in this video, I'm going to decode what are some of the options that are available in front of you, ranging across different skill sets, like hey, you are good at something to absolutely you're not good at anything. So let's look at all these options and see where you fit in. If you still have any questions, please go ahead, put in the comments box, and I'll try to actually answer these questions taking help of some experts. So let's get started with the first point, which is you are an expert in people management, communication, all this type of soft stuff. And from what I have noticed, folks with this particular type of spike in the skill set should slowly gravitate towards those pre-sales, sales type of roles. I'm not asking you to go and sell Colgate toothbrush or toothpaste door to door. That is not what pre-sales mean in the IT world. Pre-sales mean you are currently working on a project, right? You are doing some kind of coding work, and that particular work, somebody from your company is going and telling to that client that, hey boss, we are very good with this. Why don't you give us that project? And we have some very good people and they will execute the project. So that initial step, you are preparing the material for that salesperson to go ahead and have a conversation with the client. That is the pre-sales work. You are responding to RFPs, request for proposals, which means you are probably putting down the architecture stuff, you are building some presentations, you are good with communicating what should go in, what should not, all this type of conversations. And this is a very good role because you are not exposed like a sales guy, you are still in the pre-sales zone. As long as you are capable and bringing those revenues into the company, you are valued and your job is not going to be going off anytime soon. Because company might let go of coders, but they would never let go of pre-sales and sales people. That's the revenue generating function for any company. So that is one option if you are good with your people communication skills. The second one which I would recommend is, of course, if you have a lot of money in your bank, you are financially independent or you are almost there. In that scenario, you should be thinking about going abroad, picking up a master's degree or picking an MBA degree and trying to settle down there. You might slowly get into business analyst kind of roles where you are acting as that interface between the technology folks and the business folks. So you are not necessarily doing the coding part, but you are still within that tech world. And now, why am I saying go into like US or UK or settle somewhere else? Because number one, you can afford that degree, you can go there and settle down. And two, of course, the work culture, the lifestyle, all of these things are little better. So you can experience a different point of view as well. The third thing that I would recommend is for the folks who are technically strong in whatever you are doing. Now, this particular group, you have a lot of options opening up because you can go into the startup world. You need not go and code. Probably you will be coding for another 6 months, but immediately after, you won't be coding anymore. You can take up that senior management role in, let's say, an early stage startup where they will be paying a lot of money and you can also hire people and you can build a team. That would be a very interesting opportunity. The second opportunity could be with becoming a technical PM in the startup space or in the industry where you are currently serving your client. For example, if you are working for American Airlines is your client and you are helping them with some software projects or you are doing coding on some projects for American Airlines as the client, you can try to move into the airlines industry itself and target technical PM roles. Slowly, this shift is possible as long as you are good with your technology background itself. The third option is management consulting world. Because a lot of cyber security work, cloud transformation work, digital transformation work, all these transformations are led by consulting companies. They don't code, but they give the direction, whether this is a good decision, what type of technology should be used, what should be the roadmap for this transition, all these things. And for them, they need a technology expert in that space. So you might not be coding, but still you'll be related with the technology world and you will also be slowly entering that business world. So you can see once you have that good technology background, your options really do open up. The next one is you might be good with data. data analysis. In that scenario, you should once again potentially target technical PM roles, because in this scenario, you are not necessarily on the software side, but you are on the data analysis side. You need to understand what is the role of a product manager. I'm talking about product manager, not project manager. The role of a product manager involves customer research, talking to different stakeholders, and then again putting up what are the success metrics for the overall product itself. Understanding the customer data, doing that research is a huge portion of it. And if you are saying that I have that skill and I have demonstrated that skill in one particular industry, you can target the technical PM role or just the product manager role in that industry again. You can also look at the boutique analytics companies. It could be Tiger Analytics, it could be Mu Sigma, it could be Fractal Analytics. All these roles do open up for folks who are interested in data analytics space. Now you might come back and say, hey Pavan, I'm not good with the points that you mentioned. I'm good with the technology, very specific technology that I'm working on for the last few years. But unfortunately, that technology is dying down. What do I do? That's a fair enough question. You have to then look into what are some of the latest technology trends. You have to pick up a course. You have to go and do and invest that kind of effort into learning something new. It could be cloud, it could be cyber, it could be Gen AI. You pick what you want to. And primarily, you can pick based on where you are currently. You don't need to say that, oh, I will only pick Gen AI, because cyber is also growing. Electric vehicles, electrification, all that stuff is also growing. So if you have automobile industry experience, then you can target that space. So all you need to do is you need to get started with understanding which particular domains, areas are growing. What are the technologies that are growing? You might have to leave the ball completely because you are in the same space for a very long time. That is the price you have to pay. You have to take a step back, potentially in terms of your salary, so that you can rise once again to a greater height. No denying over there. And this is where I'm trying to help out folks through the startup and the community learning platform that I recently launched, Inquisitive Minds, where my objective is to help people understand what is happening in the technology world, what is happening in the broader business context, just developing that business perspective, because all the roles that we discussed, if you want to move out of the coding space, then you need to start developing that business context. We do it through master classes, we do it through individual case solving sessions, and we also have some Q&As. So do check out Inquisitive Minds, that's the startup. We have a monthly subscription of just 299 rupees. Do check it out, do join. That's a continuous learning platform, and learning never goes to waste. So just to recap and wrap up the whole point, you need to have one or the other expertise: communication, data, technology, or you should be financially free. If none of these things are possible, you need to start and go and learn something new. Hope this is helpful. If you have more questions, as I already mentioned, please do put it in the comment section and I will try my best to answer all the questions. See you again in the next one, guys. Bye bye.